सेवालाल महाराज प्रणाम करता हूँ। जगदम्बा मरमा, ये जो डेटीज हैं उनको मैं याद करना चाहूँगा इस स्पेशल ओकेजन में। और बालाजी महाराज और हनुमान जी महाराज इस कम्युनिटी के देव हैं, उनको भी मैं याद करना चाहूँगा। So majority of this and majority of the section has been covered by the previous speaker. Preserving the Lambadi legacy, tradition and challenges in the Andhra Pradesh. This is a particularly a kind of challenge which you will see that in front of all these communities and especially to the Lambada community, that how to overcome the globalization issue, how to overcome the issues of the development, and many other challenges are there. Next slide. The particular geographical area of this Lambadi community, which is termed as with a different name, Sugali, Banjaras, many terms are called as sir has explained about this whole community as a denotified and notified communities. And basically, traditionally, this has considered that this community hails basically from Rajasthan. Their forefathers belongs to the Rajasthan, and later on they have there are the stories where they draw their lineages from the Rathors. Then after that, Rana Punja and others, they consider their particular kind of the origin from the Rajasthan. So this community classified as a scheduled tribe community. This community, if you go to the epidemiology, that Lambadi derives from their traditional occupation as a salt carrier. They have worked majorly as the traders, and as the traders they have played a powerful role in the economy during the medieval time period. And at a certain junctures, you will get the references. Tavernier gave the reference about this community, that how this community is having ownership of more than 1 lakh, more than 4 lakh acres, and how they are very prominent community in this particular region, and they are very protagonist in terms of dealing with the trade activities. So this community has enormous impact in the medieval time period, and later on the process of the criminalization has been initiated and started in the 1870. देखिए, next. This part I'll just explain to all of you that how this process has been initiated and started, and how it has been started. When you will see that Britishers came to this country, they were coming to this India as because they wanted to have a trade with India, and the form of the capital also is important. Why the form of capital is important during the Britishers' initial time period? Because they were involved in the mercantile capital. Later on, when the particular kind of the type of capital gets changed in terms of the industrial capital, then their motives got changed over the time period. When this same capital became the financial capital, then their motives got changed completely. And with this process, what they have done, they have extensively studied the communities in India. Why they have extensively studied the communities in India? Because they wanted to control the culture they wanted to control the autonomy over all these, these communities should not have the autonomy. That's why their prime motto was that, how to study about their culture, tradition, their, legacy and all these aspects. That's how this whole process of, putting so many, bringing so many laws and other things became very prominent, and which has been started in the 1870s. One of the important person who has given and who has defined this very beautifully, it is Bernard Cohn. And what Bernard Cohn has said? Bernard Cohn has said that colonizers had their aims to control products of colonized labor rather than the labor itself. So, the same manner, Dadabhai Naoroji has tried to tell the people that how the colonialism is a twofold exploitation of this country. So this way, same way, this Britishers, they have initiated in the 1870s the process of the criminalization act in the particular view of area. And as sir have rightly said that initially in this process, what they have done, the anthropological knowledge as available in the gazetteers, series of castes and tribes, which is available in the census report and other records, help the Britishers to know, divide, formulate laws for different social categories and systematically control them. So it was a one kind of the mission through which they wanted to control their mobility, and through control of the mobility they wanted to control completely to their resources. So this was a particularly one of the important motive during this time period. That's why they have brought different laws, whether it's northwestern province, whether it's in Awadh, or whether it's in Bengal presidency, whether it's in the other areas. It was a part of the process, it was a part of the rule process of the Britishers through which they wanted to control the resources as much as it was possible for them. And that's why they have termed them as a criminal tribes. Now, this is also very important for you to know that how this, because there are twofold kind of the differences you will see. What are the twofold kind of the differences? When the colonizers came to India, the basically traders as Britishers and others, the policy after coming to them, it gets changed completely, and before that it is completely changed. आपने कई बार देखा है, I'll ask a simple question to all of you. In the medieval time period, many of the kings, they used to go to the jungles for the hunt. Why there was a need for the hunt for the majority of the kings and to show their skills in the particularly hunting activities? Can anyone tell me why it was required for them to go and hunt in the pre-British era? In the majority of the environmental studies, was a one aspect, but apart from that, there was a major aspect was related to showcase their strength, their power. That once they are going to the jungle, if they can win over the tiger or the lion, then it was a fear mongering which they wanted to create in the psyche of the people. So this was a process which has been initiated, and that's why जब ये प्रक्रिया शुरू हो रही है, ये पूरी प्रक्रिया जिसमें वो हंट करने जा रहे हैं, तो ब्रिटिश प्री ईरा में क्या है कि कहीं ना कहीं आप ये इस तरीके से जो इन नोमेडिक ट्राइब्स को जो हंट करने की प्रक्रिया है, ये क्रिमिनल ट्राइब लो लाने की, वो नहीं थी, एक फ्रीक्वेंट उनका एक ट्रेवल आप देखोगे, और इस तरीके से, क्योंकि इट वाज अ लॉ विच हैज बीन ब्रॉट टू रूल ओवर देयर साइकी. इसको थोड़ा बंद करो यार, this is creating.
सर आप उधर टाइट है, सर आप उधर टाइट है.
एक्चुअली आप प्री ब्रिटिश इंडिया में है ना, पूरी तरीके से देखोगे कि इस तरीके से जो लॉज इस तरीके से थे नहीं, फ्री एक वो आप पा रहे हो. लेकिन जैसे ये लॉ आ रहा है, आप इनटू द ब्रिटिश इंडिया, देन व्हाट हैपेंस सडनली, देन यू विल सी सडनली that there was a collaboration of the kings and the Britishers all together. They came together, and in the princely states also they have restricted the they have either helped the Britishers for the complete activation of the act, and at the other hand, what they have done, importantly, they were the major partners during that time period. In the pre-British era, we don't see any kind of such mobility restrictions. But after the British era, when the Criminal Tribes Act came, then these local rulers, they have helped the Britishers as much as they can do. So, in this way, you will see that all these problems, they have occurred. Can you go to the back side? Next. That side, I think one I will discuss. Next. So, what I am trying to convey that, these acts and other things are very important when it comes to the light of the Banjara community, Lambada community, and how they have restricted the mobility of these community in the larger way. And once you will see their distribution and cultural significance, in the 2011 census, they have constituted around 5.3 Andhra Pradesh total population, and this is one of the community which is a very important community, and with the development, lots of problems are faced to this community. There is Anantapur, Kurnool, Kadapa, Chittoor and Prakasam districts are the major districts in which this community is spreaded. And once you will see this community, major of the problems are occurring to this area where the recognition is not there. One can very easily get gist about the community in the form of the attire which they are having, the ornaments which they are wearing in the in their particular attire, lepo or lamni embroidery. These garments are very, very important, and majority of the clothes they are having small shells, shisha, beads, coins, and metal buttons. They are very, very much embroidery is done on their clothes. Once you will see this particularly, they are very good. They perform community dance also. In the Banjara Lambadi, they do celebrate Tejaji festival. I hail from the Rajasthan, and Rajasthan is a particular state which is known for because Tejaji is a very prominent deity there. Why Tejaji is important in the Rajasthan? Because it is considered the god of god related to the agricultural festive seasons, and Tejaji is considered as a savior of the cows. Why he is considered savior of the cows? Because there are many of the stories are attached with the Tejaji, but in one episode he is the one who sacrificed his life to save the cows, and he asked the Nag Devta to bite him. So Nag Devta has said that where I will bite, because your whole body is blood is there on your body. So he offered his tongue and he said like, you come and bite me here. That's why this particular god is a very important in the Rajasthan area, and that's why you see the commitment towards to the cows and of this community, that because traditionally also they are the cattle herder community, and that's why they have highest commitment for this Tejaji Maharaj as the one of the prominent god in their particular community. So they do celebrate this particular kind of the festival where they do sing, and this is a part of their intangible heritage which they are carrying generations by generation, and this is done in the collective home. So this is a very important. Their regional trade, they are very crucial. In the medieval time period, they are very crucial in the regional trade. And as I have given the example of the Tavernier, and Tavernier in his reports he mentions during the Aurangzeb time period also, in the primary sources we get the information about this particular community, that how they are involved in the trade. There are one of the Bhikkhu is one of the member of the committee also in 2014, but there is a Bhikkhu, one of the person who is heading the whole Kabila, this one, and he is holding command over the more than 50,000 cattle altogether. So these such references we get during this time period. So this is a very important, and they are very core to the rural economy as a small marginal farmers and agricultural laborers, because the nature of this community got changed over the years, and they were forced sometimes to settle down or to become the laborers, and many more changes also changes have occurred in their life. So this is a very important development which have taken place in their life. Next. In the heavy jewelry, necklace, bangles, anklets, and other distinguished chutiya on the forehead, all these are their traditional attire which they are following in the current time period also. Slightly few things have changed over the time period. Next. So strong community organization person, क्योंकि उनके जो हेड हैं वो नायक होते हैं. नायक is the one who takes all the decision, do the resolution of the conflicts, and all these are very important. Religious syncretism is there. Combined religious deities, regional deities, they do the puja rituals, and with their own pantheons, including special Guru Nanak, Sevalal Maharaj, and Kanika, Parmeshwari. All these are their local deities. Those will include in their main regional deities. The festivals are also, as I have mentioned you, that Sankranti is known, because Sankranti के दिन क्या होता है? We do offer the food fodder to the cattle first. So this is a particular tradition which has been followed by them. This is a very important. Next. Now this is a very important. As I am talking to all of you, then I will speak with all of you in the Lambadi. काई कर रहा हो, काई चाल रहे हो है, मारा पाया ठीक होके, थारो काई विचार है. This is the particular language of the Lambadi which is spoken majorly in these communities. Now, what is the loophole is there? Like this language has considered as one of the most important language by the UNESCO also. World Heritage के रूप में इसको consider करने का एक संकल्प लिया गया है. लेकिन this language lacks a script, which is a very important. और ये जब स्क्रिप्ट नहीं है इस लैंग्वेज की, so this is a very challenging scenario to safeguard the particular kind of the linguistic identity which they are following over the time period. And in the age of the globalization, this is one of the major challenge, because it falls under the Indo-Aryan language family, distinct from the Telugu, and it is spoken in the Telangana also, Andhra Pradesh also, Gujarat also, Rajasthan also. So in the pockets there is they are spread in the different regions. So you will feel that there is a difficulty to protect such a language, because regional cultures are influencing this particular kind of the language, which is very important. Script and literature lacks standardized script when written uses Telugu script in the Andhra Pradesh or Devanagari as well. Rich oral literature includes ballads, folk tales and songs. In the Rajasthan, there is a Khyat and Baat literature is very important. What do you mean by the Khyat and Baat literature? It is a one kind of the literature. It is a one kind of the literature in which, in the dialogue form, we do carries our certain kind of the memories. As there is one of the important write-up written by the Gyanendra Pandey, event memory and metaphor. So this way, some amplification will be there over the time period. In terms of whatever character was there, the characters will change over the time period due to the effect of the globalization and due to the effect of many other things also. So it is very crucial to save such great tradition of the Gaur Boli, which is spoken in all these particular communities. So it is very important. Next. Now this safeguarding of certain Boli is very important. Why it is important? Because NEP, National Education Policy 2020, suggests threefold language formula, and in this threefold language formula, if we learn a third language and if we promote this third language, one, we can protect this language. Second, it is scientific study that if you will learn three language formula, then you will be more sharp. आपको एडिशनल नॉलेज होगा, आप बहुत अच्छे से समझोगे. So three knowledge formula is applied. It is first, mother tongue as a Gaur Boli should be taught to the students. Second, Telugu also should be taught, and third could be the English. In this way, what will happen? And recently, the government of India also came out, brought by the government, special central assistant to tribal sub-schemes in the form of sub-plan and Enclave model residential schools, scheme for economic development of these tribes. They have all these denotified tribes. It has been brought by the government of India, and pre-matric and post-matric fellowship, and Tri-Fed and NST-Fed, these two major schemes, they have been brought. Now, next. What could be the, hello, pay attention to me. What could be the future blueprint for these communities? Now, as we know that, to which area these communities have been spreaded, how they have been completely destroyed by the Britishers' policies, they have been excluded in the major in the society, and once we will this thing will come about the criminal mind, then the society itself also will accept them as some dacoits or criminals. This thought will occur in our mind. So this way, how we can improve the society outlook towards to these communities, this is very important. Although government of India is taking many initiatives, but how we can create a positive environment in the society, this is very important. First, we have to do their cultural documentation. Cultural documentation important because it is related with their identity. And once you will not give their identity, it could be the one of the mechanism through which you can classify them under the which state, which different caste category they will fall. That's why it is very important for their documentation. There is another is a linguistic preservation. all the languages are very important. Nowadays, we are talking a lot in the UN list. हम लोग बात करते हैं विलुप्त प्राणियों की बात करते हैं, बहुत सारे प्राणियों की बात करते हैं, लेकिन more than 1000